I think Netflix has actually been doing a good job at just really spotlighting the stories of Black people in general with their initiative called the Strong Black Lead. Basically started in 2016. It's a group of Black executives at Netflix that are amplifying the content of people of color. So they produce YouTube interviews with stars, like popular shows. They do regular podcasting, and there was originally in 2017 there was a hashtag called it was a hashtag in 2017. It was first time I saw me. So as I said before at the beginning of the episode, how much representation matters. So that hashtag was basically a lot of Black people just, or even people on my, I think many Black people, but people minority was like, this is the first time I saw me on the big screen. This is the first role that I'm like, yo, like, wow, this is really me, right? And I think that's really just showed up. That was really the point was to show how much lack of diversity there is on the screen, right? And I remember there was, I think during that time also there was like a hashtag that was like Oscar so white, because I think the lead roles in the Oscar category that year was like literally all white people. So there was also that hashtag that went on. But yeah, so a strong Black lead, I think does that, and they released it in 2018 during the, I think it was the BET Awards or something. They released basically an advertisement or trailer. It was called The Great Day in Hollywood, which was inspired by a great day in Harlem, which was a photograph from 1958, which basically showcased the golden age of jazz musicians. But in that basically video, I really love the video because there's a good quote that is said there by basically Caleb McLaughlin. He's a Black guy in Stranger Things. I think I watched only one season of Stranger Things, but he's a Black guy in Stranger Things. He basically narrates that advert, and he says like, representing a limitless range of identity,
playing kings and queens of our neighborhoods, defeating larger than life forces, trying to flip our world upside down. We stand up on any stage and every screen. A day when Black women are boldly the lead character, whether inmates or scholars. We're not a genre, because there's no one way to be Black. We're writing while Black, nuanced and complex, resilient and strong. This is not a moment. This is a movement. We are strong Black leads. Today is a great day in Hollywood.
Again, I think that's really what the next step that needs to happen. Like, you can't show Black people only in the certain roles. You have to show a wide range, and Netflix does a good job of pushing Black stories. Like Ava DuVernay has worked with Netflix. Obviously, I think she has like three big documentaries and shows on Netflix that have done well. And on top of that, Netflix really has like even the whole category of Black films in the strong Black lead. Like if you go look it up on Netflix. And my favorite part about that the advert was just the fact that, so you have a young Black kid, Caleb, who's narrating the story, and throughout the scenes there's cut scenes of like OG filmmakers, because obviously this didn't start here. There's other OG Black filmmakers that from when they started, they were already fighting this, right? So they showed Spike Lee in it, and then they just showed OGs, and they also cut to like Ava DuVernay. So Caleb is narrating this, and then the screen goes wider, and you see all these other much older Black people in the industry also in the advert. Again, it just shows me how much this starting from an older generation to the younger generation, there's something that's being addressed here. And I think Netflix is one of the leading media companies in doing this. Like, they've done a good job, and I think that's a great initiative that they put forth.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and yeah, man, and as I said, as I talked about how I'm seeing much more Nollywood movies on Netflix and stuff. Before that, people used to, if you want to find something like African produced, you'd have to go to another website, the Iroko TVs and etc. But now, those things are getting included on Netflix, and the industry should take a look at what Netflix is doing, and yeah, man, yeah. And yeah, I guess this is a great spot to end the episode. Do you have any final words?
No, this is actually a perfect spot to end it. Again, it just shows how, again, the Strong Black Lead initiative was started by a group of Black executives. Shows you how much diversity matters behind the scene, right? That you get an initiative like this. And I think the industry we're really in a renaissance period, but as Ava DuVernay was talking about in an interview, she's like, we've been in a renaissance period before, but that disappeared very quickly. Again, I hope like this renaissance period we're in right now about Black actors, actresses, or Black people in the media, whether it's a newsroom or not, I feel like I hope that this is this renaissance that stays and that enacts really real change in what we see on the screen.